Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great today wherever you are in the world. This is the second video I make today. The first video was on Bitcoin and Ethereum cryptocurrency. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link down below. But I have just so much to talk about in terms of EV, but specifically I wanted to cover one more thing today, which is Ideonomics, ticker symbol IDEX. I want to cover the stock price action and then also the products and innovations that they are a part of and developing. And I also might end of this video with some of the stocks that I'm invested in the electric vehicle market. So with that said, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share the price action on IDEX past few days. So from what you can see here, it's on a tear. It's above the 180-day moving average. It's above the 50 and it's above the 20. So looks like the real estate between the 20-day moving average and the candlestick right there is pretty bullish. So I suspect bulls are still in control of the stock, but at the same time, we are heading into the overbought territory. That's not to say, as it has done so in the past, in the November timeframe, it traded for about 2 or 3 days in that overbought territory. So it still has some room to go, potentially for those that are short-term traders. But this is definitely an investment, and I'm going to review the product and we'll talk about why that is. But overall, very impressive. I was also looking at their financials. We can take a look at those here for a second if I can get to them. Let's see if I can. Here we go. Finviz. We can take a look at IDEX real quick here to see how they're doing financially as a business. And as far as paying their obligations, it looks like they have plenty of cash to do that. They have quick and the current ratio are above 1, so 1.2, and that's healthy to see. The price action for the week is almost 60%. It's actually 58%. Performance for the year so far, 323% up. And for the moment, as I mentioned, it's way above its moving averages. So it looks like it tore up in June and then came back down, consolidated another tear up. So it seems to be following the momentum of the EV sector and also um, the tech companies in the small cap sector that are going up. So let's take a look at the product and what's exciting there. So Ideonomics, it's it says we're digitizing tomorrow. So not only is it an electric vehicle uh, company or a company that invests in them, but also it's much more than that. And let's cover what it is. So Mobile Energy Global, that's a division of theirs, and they have the market caps here for those that division that they're a part of. So they've got light commercial vehicles, that's 21.4 billion market, 7.6 for medium and heavy commercial vehicles, buses is 10.9, and taxis is 30 billion. From here, you can see not only is it charging stations, but I believe if you dig a little deeper, they have wireless charging capabilities for electric vehicles. And here you can see the buses. They'll help to obtain EV models suitable for people's budgets or corporations' budgets, company budgets. Uh, and their MEG part division of the company earns fees on these group of EV sales. So they earn on the fees. Financing, they're able to find financing for those that are interested in buying buses. And let's see, Wave, that's the wireless electrification that we just discussed. And then this one is I believe the mopeds for the moped division. So they are pretty much a conglomerate of innovative companies. So you can see here, obviously there's a strong demand in populated areas such as Asia, but I suspect that this can be global and can go into Europe, just as we've seen with Tesla. So last week Tesla just received was granted permission to deploy into Israel. So now, with the whole green movement, it's not just the United States, it's a global movement with all the emissions concerns and, the environment. Many uh, countries around the world, China, Europe, now Israel that I learned about, and United States, Canada, large green movement out there. And I imagine those that I named are only a few, and there are more. So that is part of what I wanted to cover. And I think that if I go back to divisions, they kind of they explain how they are in artificial intelligence. And they're also involved in blockchain. And from what I was reading with blockchain, they have a technology to write digital contracts for the cryptocurrency, I believe. So very, very interesting. As a long-term investment, I don't think from their financial standpoint and also their innovation, I don't think anybody could go wrong with IDEX. Uh, I certainly intend to hold on to this stock for the foreseeable future. And now I wanted to discuss this week coming up ahead that's very exciting as well. If we go back to the price action that I was sharing with you, I will go over some of the other bullish plays that I anticipate will or are running right now. One of those is Electrameccanica, Solo, ticker symbol Solo, and IRO, which IRO does small delivery vehicles, if I remember correctly, and also Solo does it's a very interesting electric vehicle. I call it a half-baked potato because it's a car that's very, very small. So I've done video on that. If you're interested, I believe I will put that in the link down below. But it's just interesting. There's a market for it, but it's a silly looking vehicle. So here you have it. Last November it ran, and right now it has sustained above the 50-day moving average and looks like it's curling up and going above the 20-day moving average. It's just nearly there. So I suspect in the coming days, if I remember correctly, this trailed behind all the rest of the EVs. It wasn't until several days after that Solo took off. That doesn't mean that history repeats itself, but it is an indication. And then also IRO, a similar story. Looks like it's got some real estate there above the 20-day moving average. It's not overbought, so I would say unless tomorrow it shoots up, and if it stays right around there, might be a good time to enter IRO, just because of all of the the tailwinds, all the support from the new administration here in the United States with a, big movement to go green. California mandated all new trucks, I think by the year 2024. X amount will need to be, I believe all of them will need to be zero emissions. So big push for zero emissions. Another stock, I've done videos in the past. This one has been lagging for quite a bit, so it was exciting this past week. It ran up. So Workhorse Group, been just beaten down with this hopes of a contract. I did a video on that. It doesn't matter if they get a contract from USPS. Obviously, it's great, but there's so many more opportunities out there besides USPS. So it just got a new contract, I think, for somewhere around 6,000 new C-Series vehicles. PO was released to them. And what's exciting is Hitachi's going to partner, and they're going to provide the parts and other resources should Workhorse need them. So it's an incredible technology. And, just looking at the price action moving into tomorrow, I'm still bullish on this. You can see the real estate here. There's quite a indication that the bulls are still in control, above the 20-day moving average, above the 50, and above the 180-day moving average. Heading into the overbought territory, still time, if it stays flat right there, it still would be a good time to get into this. Obviously use your risk management, put in what you can afford to lose, as they say. I don't like to think of it that way. That's more of a average in, buy a little bit here, buy a little bit of that, buy a little bit there. Get yourself into a position you feel comfortable and you can sleep at night. You don't want to be there stressing over this stuff. There's nothing, I've been there, done there. There's nothing worse than that. So just use your risk management, take small positions, or, positions, set a rule for yourself, a comfort level, some people are very conservative. They're 2%. They don't like to own more than 2% of an investment. Others are up to 10%. I'm right around, the 7 to 10% area. So yeah, those were the exciting shares, and obviously Tesla. We don't need to get into that too much. I'm sure everybody's aware of Tesla, but if you're not, I've done a video of that. I think it was moving when I did the video. It was in the $700 range. Right now, it's all the way up to the $880 range. It still could go up. That stock is very, very unpredictable. I'm not a financial advisor or anything. This is for entertainment purposes, but I can tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up to 1,000 a share, and it then there has a major correction from past patterns with Tesla. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please like, please subscribe. I will be definitely covering more of these electric vehicles in the next week or so, as it's very exciting. One that I forgot to talk about is NIO, so maybe I'll do an updated video on NIO. I suspect tomorrow we're gonna run up. We close on Friday at I believe somewhere around $59. So very, very exciting. They had their NIO day yesterday. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed. Please like. If you found this of value, please subscribe to get notifications of my upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.